All right, we back here for another test to see what we can do here. Something happened with our internet, and it just died on us. So, got to get that figured out before next Friday night. But right now, Chapman and is it Polk County?
Yes.
Chapman and Polk
Correct,
County.
sir.
And we have no names. I have no rosters or anything. So we'll just have to figure out. And Polk County jumps off sides. Is that what you call it?
Encroachment.
Encroachment. They encroached for 5 yards.
All sides of work too, but you know.
You know, everything used to be offsides.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I never
On
seen
either side of the ball.
It's always a block in the back. It's no more clipping. Remember in
There's
the old
no
days,
clipping
you know?
anymore.
Yeah, it's all block in the back.
A pass over to number 6 for the Panthers, taking down Keelan Thompson on the reception.
What's your story with the quarterback situation down here this year, Elton? Are y'all breaking in a new one? Have you got some experience here?
No,
or what?
I don't remember. God, see, that's why I should have printed some kind of a roster.
Ball's on the turf. The pig is in the mud, as I used to
Nope,
say.
they're saying that it was a forward pass, incomplete.
Mm-hmm.
But that'll bring up third. It's the quarterback that we had for the last half of the season, or the last couple of games last year. A great young quarterback. He was a freshman, so this year he's a sophomore. As far as I know, that's who this is.
That's how that works.
You'll see when he gets ready to pass the ball because he's left-handed.
Okay.
Well,
we know who would have loved him, right?
Yep. Up the middle.
Tell me, Elton, who just loved left-handed people famously in Edmond?
Who did?
Jim Everhart.
Absolutely.
You know,
that's another
you are
Flounder seafood restaurant. First down.
Now, I keep telling Jackson, if you're listening, do it. There's the sound pad, buddy.
I got to change them up and put the new ones on.
I'll do some, but Kevin don't want to hear me say, that's another Flounder Seafood first down.
All right, with a 1st and 10. Got 3 to the near side, 1 to the far side. A handoff up the middle, but there's a flag on the play.
I think one of your offensive guys moved first. They stopped the play, and that's offsides, encroachment again.
Then why would they stop it?
Normally,
you're supposed to let it play.
Maybe he jumped into the neutral zone, right at that snap, and he was offsides, or because he didn't line up in it, or else they would have blown it dead even prior to the snap.
Well, either way, now it is 1st and 5.
And that's one of those I definitely would have thought that was on the offensive unit, too.
Dropping back to pass. Yep, that is who it is.
And
it is,
hit him in a bad spot.
Right over his hands. He could not reel it in. That'll bring up 2nd and 5.
Gotta like what you see there, though.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta like the play designed well. Man was there.
Well,
you'll catch that in 2 weeks.
We have a new offensive coordinator. And I met with him and talked to him. Handoff right up the middle again. He's going to get another 1st down and some.
Great little inside trap play there. Misdirection. Lineman block to the outside. Give it to the rat. Let him hit the hole.
Anyway, when I met with him back in the winter at a coach's clinic, me and him sat down and talked for a while, and he said, I'll just tell you, I like trick plays. He said, I like to throw something in every now and then. He said the running the ball every time and the passing it every time, sometimes that don't work. You got to throw a little trickeration in there. So
you're gonna watch a little halfback passes, maybe a little hook and ladder, the reverses, quarterback bootleg from maybe under center like the old days from a Doc Davis offense.
That's right. 2nd and 10, looking to pass again. It gives it away, and
good hustle.
He'll get 5 more yards. Number 4, let's see who that is. Cameron Vaughn, number 4.
Mrs. Vaughn's son.
It is indeed. Two receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side, 1 in the backfield. That will be Vaughn. Let's see what the Panthers dial up here. Back to pass it again.
Your quarterback did a good job of his checkdowns. I watched him. He surveyed the field. And he went to his first 1, 2, 3 check off. Somebody's been working with him.
Absolutely.
That offensive coordinator you're talking about, he's developing a quarterback for you because he went through his progressions.
Yep. And pass was incomplete, brings up 4th down. Panthers will punt. This is a Mike Varner plumbing 4th down.
The MVP.
The ball on the ground. He gets picked up and gets down to the 15, 16-yard line is where they will mark it. You know, so we were talking earlier, Steve, about the different crews that are all around and everybody that, you know, we have on staff calling games and all of that. So me and you talked about Kevin for a while. What about your sideline guy? He's kind of new. I mean, is he?
Rob, I love Rob, and what I was teasing Rob the other night when we were cutting commercials. Rob is born and bled Landrum. He went to Landrum, high school, born and raised up there, and that's the kind of people you like to have working with you. And I love Rob's attitude. He does a great job on our sideline camera. Now, he likes to shy away from the microphone. He said he didn't care much about that sideline reporting because he said they didn't like to talk. And I said, Rob, I love your voice. I said, now don't take me wrong. You heard me say, I said, it's a cross between Wilford Brimley and Junior Samples, you know.
Well, we talked him into doing a commercial, and he done it great. Y'all will hear it.
Warrior Trees.
Warrior Trees. Y'all will hear it.
He sounds like an old lumberjack, but Rob is very knowledgeable about the game of football. He does correct me a lot on a Friday night, which we laugh about. If I'm
ball is loose and the Panthers
scooped up.
Pick it up.
But Rob, I mean, he's an integral part of what what I would say Kevin has built for our Landrum crew. We are the only crew with the 2-camera system and replay, but I'm going to tell you the reason is it's all because of Kevin Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
If you had a Kevin Jackson down here, our video quality and such is just second to none. We've got the Elon Musk satellite system. We can broadcast from anywhere with no problems anymore, but that's due to a great sponsorship. And folks, and for your Chapman Upstate crew down here, all those things, another camera or two would be great, but you don't need some sponsorship. And if somebody out there would just like say, hey, guys, you know, I've got this camera. We don't use it at home. If you can use it, give it to us.
Yep.
And
I mean,
you've got a good system going, but everything can always be better. Even what we've got.
The camera that I'm using right now is an iPhone 17, iPhone 15. I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's an iPhone.
But anyway,
because everything on my service is iPad or iPhone, and the quality is okay. It's not great. Hopefully, if I can get it worked out this week and get it all dialed in, we will be using at home. We will be using the huddle cameras that are on the building that are automatic. Mm-hmm. They just follow along with the play, and I don't have to keep missing plays like I've been doing so far already tonight.
Well, it's always like a matter of volunteers, getting people. Even we have that problem at Landrum. I haven't had anybody take statistics.
No.
I don't have a spotter or anything. And Kevin and I tell you right quick that we probably are the most unprofessional of all of us because we're gonna walk. We're like two guys that walk in your house, sit on your couch, turn the TV on, let's watch the ball game and talk about it. And you know, if it is a hee-haw, yeah, a little bit. But we went to Clinton last year, and those guys came out.
Touchdown, Panthers. Is it, or they say he's short?
No, they're giving the old signal. You know, I haven't said that in about 25 years. You want me to give it like I used to at Smith Stadium?
What?
Touchdown, Panthers! Well, I did it for the Little League Panthers. But I digress.
Touchdown, Panthers.
But no, equipment and things like that, you know, very important to give you at home the best viewing that they can possibly give you, the best audio that they can possibly give you. You're dealing with the internet, and so you never know what can happen from stadium to stadium. You had a horrible experience at Clinton broadcasting
Clinton
a couple years ago.
Woodruff and at Broome. Blue Ridge wasn't terrible.
5:54 to go in our first period.
But
it's just keeping that signal. And sometimes you can get a packed house and so many people are actually on their phones that it messes up your.
Well, here at Chapman, and you do at Landrum too, I'm sure we have a Spart One media. So it's a media internet, and with that, it's supposed to be password protected, and it's just for the media, and we use that one instead of just the regular one. And it's done well so far until a little while ago. We stopped at 39 minutes. This broadcast right now so far has been running for 26 minutes and 52 seconds. So if we can get over that 31 minute mark, then we'll just have to hope and pray.
Well, your Panthers are on top 7-0.
7-0. And that's the other thing about using the huddle camera. They actually have one trained just on the scoreboard. So it'll show the scoreboard all the time.
Goodness gracious, I caught enough flack from one guy last year, my buddy. He says, you never give the time enough.
Yeah.
A lot of things for us to take care of on a Friday night.
Yeah.
I mean, I give the time, but at certain times.
Well, right now we're at 5:54 left in the first quarter, and the Panthers are up 7-0. Kicking one down.
Good foot.
Oh, it's going to go
out of bounds.
out of bounds. That means Polk County should take it about the 30. Is it the 35?
Be 35, yeah.
At the 3-5. Yeah, if somebody has a good camera that they want to part with, there is an adapter that I can buy to hook into the camera to hook into the system instead of it having to be an iPhone. But
am I begging? Yeah.
yeah,
There's no shame in our game, ladies and gentlemen. We want to Elton and them want to bring you a better quality game down here for your watching pleasure at home, because your viewership has grown each year.
oh yeah,
And more people are becoming aware of where all of our channels are at on the YouTube, and they watch you, they watch the Bowling Springs crew, and
he was stood up at the line of scrimmage.
I said it the other night, and I'll say it again, that I think out amongst the four schools that we do, that Bowling Springs in the future here, I mean, they're going to really make some noise. I just really believe it. There's too many kids.
I'm glad that we're not playing them this year.
Well, I wish them all the best of luck. I would love to see Tom
Oh yeah,
get to call some – I mean, they went deep last year, but –
not like we all did like we did in 2017 when us and Bowling Springs both played for the state championship. Unfortunately, Bowling Springs come up just short. The Panthers come away with the state championship.
Now, was that the year that y'all came in a 5th seed and you won all your playoff games on the road? Or was that
I think that was
that was the first one when you beat Dillon time?
17 is the first one.
Okay.
19. That one was 19.
Okay.
I think.
Because
we had lost several games in the beginning.
And you were a 5th seed, and
a lot of the players were down because we had lost, a handful of games.
Mm-hmm. And with Cortesardo, of course, you were 15-0, and I think you led the nation in scoring. Your offense scored more points than any team in the nation. I'm pretty sure that was a statistic that I read somewhere. Don't tell Kevin, but I do have a Chapman State Championship shirt with the 15-0.
Of course you do.
And it's in my closet.
Seems like I remember you being there.
Well, I was there in spirit, and I'm going to tell you the truth, folks. I stood in those stands, and when Dillon threw that last desperation pass with about 10, 15 seconds, and your guy knocked it down, I literally looked to the heavens. I cried. I covered my head. I didn't want anybody to see me crying those tears of joy at something that I had just dreamed of that would – I hoped that it would happen during my tenure with the Inman Times and things like that. We came so close, and I said, that's where we get rid of
That's
Granny.
right.
She dies of a heart attack from excitement at Williams-Brice Stadium. That would have been it.
Luckily,
and I would have retired right then. Go out on top.
luckily, me and Britt Wilkerson were on the air, and we were in the press box, way up high. So y'all couldn't see us up there with the tears in our eyes.
I actually was in. We were sitting 2 rows back, me and Watt, and I can't remember if Jackson. No, Jackson didn't go. But you know how it's press box sitting there, and y'all were on the front row. We were up there.
That's right.
I took advantage of that buffet that they had outside because they put out a spread at the high school state championships for the press area and the press box people, and they see this big crowd that Emmon can bring down here. We look like the Minnesota Wrecking Crew.
They knew. We ain't got enough food.
And Parks was bigger then. He's lost a lot of weight since then.
He was a lot bigger. Cole Bryson was with us. Tom. It was a gang of us.
I remember that like it was yesterday.
Oh, if you're going to touch it, you got to catch it.
You better make something, son.
He's trying.
Yeah, he's fighting it.
He stuck his hand out there and touched it. And
what Panther? Listen to a little Panther trivia. You got to dig deep, okay? What Panther wore number 3 that would pick the ball up on a bounce on a punt like that and return it for about 80 yards if you didn't watch out?
Was this in my era?
Yeah.
A little younger than me.
Well, you were an adult.
Jack Bunn?
No. Way before Jack.
Okay. I figured it was going to be Jack Bunn. Because he was hard-headed and he'd do anything like that.
I'd just say he wore that number.
Who wore number 3?
He would jump up. He was 2-time Herald Journal Player of the Year.
But he didn't play when you played.
No. This is one of Doc's first great teams.
You got me. Who was it?
Played at Appalachian State. Set records. Everybody's forgotten. Probably the greatest football player ever to grace Smith Field, ladies and gentlemen, is a young man, old man now, by the name of Anthony Smith.
Anthony Smith.
2-time Herald Journal Player of the Year.
He was I think he graduated 84 maybe?
No. Anthony graduated in like 88.
Okay. Yes. I remember.
He played on an 0-10 Doc Davis team, and before they left, they were he didn't make it to 13-1. The next group did. They were 12-2, I think, in 87, something like that. I forget. It's a long time, folks. Kevin can look it up and correct me. But Anthony Smith, never seen anything like that in your life. Closest thing you would see athletic-wise would have been an old Tony Rice. And I'm digging deep, folks. That's just showing my age.
Tony Rice.
Tony Rice. I like Tony Fry Rice.
Who is Tony Rice?
Tony Rice played for the Woodruff Wolverines and went on to quarterback the Notre Dame Fighting Irish to a national championship.
Really?
With the little horse. You don't remember anything, my son.
Out of Woodruff?
Out of Woodruff, South Carolina. If you go to that Chinese place down there, they sell Tony fried rice. Tony fried rice, 10-minute. But I'm serious.
I do know who Tony Rice is.
I know you do. But here's the story that I love, and I get to preach about this a little bit this year. The Chapman history, the Woodruff thing back in the old days, we'd never beat them in 28 years, and in 1988 we pull it off and we beat them 16-6. And skipping forward several years after that, we'd gotten to the point where we were very competitive with Woodruff. No more just going in and getting waxed.
Right.
You went in thinking you can win. Made it a great series.
Yep.
I saw a young man go in as a freshman quarterback. Actually, I saw 2 freshmen on the field that night at W.L. Varner Stadium. One fumbled the opening kickoff, laid his face in the dirt, crying. Oh, it was horrible. The other one was a quarterback that got up off the ground every time, having to straighten his helmet and pull mud out of his face. They got drubbed 68-0. This quarterback and this running back went on to never lose to Woodruff again. This quarterback now walks the hollow sidelines of Woodruff High School. Brett Sloan.
Brett Sloan. Yep.
In the very shadow of W.L. Verner. You know, and to me, there's a story there to me. I don't know exactly how you would call it, but the irony
Right.
of, you know, the late Steve Sanders always referred to Chapman, and I never will forget, and I use this a lot, referred to us as the proverbial whipping boys of the Broad River 3A. Proverbial whipping boys of the Broad River 3A, which was true. You know, couldn't win. If wins were in a paper sack, we'd still pull out a nail.
Yep.
You know, so a culture changed, a town changed, and here you are now in this big place, and you've got 2 state championships. I mean, remarkable. But I like the idea of Brett Sloan. Sloan. I always said Sloan, even on the PA, but it's Sloan. His daddy was a great Panther in the 70s, in the early 70s, Joey. Great basketball player, football player. But how that happened is, to me, is the irony of a team that used to whip so bad, and the legacy that coached at Woodruff for so long now. Willie had great respect for us and all of his opponents.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but, boy, you better not go down there and beat them.
Yeah.
Because as soon as the game was over, the lights went out.
You got 15 minutes to exit the stadium. Coach Varner cut that grass at that place, you know, like Forrest Gump. And you know, he cut the grass there.
Yeah, he was a great one. All right, 7-0. The Panthers are up in the end of the first quarter, half, however you want to call it. Let's play commercials. Yep.
The year was
At Guy Roofing, we know that a roof is more than just a roof. It's spending quality time with the family. It's shelter through the storm. And it's a good night's sleep. We know roofs, and for over 50 years, we've been your neighbor, making sure you're covered. Guy Roofing. We know roofs.
It starts simply. A first meeting, a thoughtful question, a quiet moment of trust. From there, it grows into shared goals, honest conversations, and a plan shaped around your life's ambitions. Because the connection between you and your financial advisor is everything. And by investing in it, Raymond James has built a firm where things that start simply have boundless potential.
Raymond James, Financial Advisor, Tom Dixon, East Main Street.
Remember, after this contest, we'll have our nightcap, Greer, and Shelby. So it's South Carolina teams versus North Carolina and Georgia.
So Rayburn was
Rayburn Gap.
That was out of Georgia.
That's out of Georgia. Rayburn Gap, Georgia.
Okay. For some reason,
Right
I
up
don't know
from-
why I was thinking North Carolina out of there.
No, right up from it's about halfway between Clayton, Georgia, and Franklin, North Carolina. They're just right at the state line up in the Georgia-North Carolina line. So to start with, it was Chase and Landrum. Chase, North Carolina. Landrum, naturally, South Carolina. Raven Gap and Westside, South Carolina. Raven Gap, Georgia.
There's good penetration by your Panthers there.
Right now it's Polk County, North Carolina, and your Chapman Panthers, South Carolina. Up next, Shelby Lions out of North Carolina, and the Greer High School Yeller Jackets.
Buzz.
They're supposed to start at 9 o'clock. You know, everything's pretty much been on schedule tonight. First game at 6, second game at 7, Our game started at like 5 after 8.
There was a a lightning delay prior to everything being scheduled to
Was
stop. Oh, yeah.
That's before I got here.
They wouldn't let open the gates to the stadium. It was 5:45 maybe, almost 6 o'clock.
I hadn't got here yet. I spent my day. I started out in Asheville at T.C. Robertson High School. I left T.C. Robertson. I went to a construction company in Candler. I left there and went to Elizabethton, Tennessee. I left Elizabethton. I had a wild hair. You know what?
You have no hair.
Oh, yeah, well, I had a wild thought then.
Okay.
I went from Elizabethton just 11.2 miles up the highway to Bristol, to the Bristol Motor Speedway.
You've been a busy little bee today.
When I left Bristol Motor Speedway to head home, I had 2 tickets and a parking pass for the race coming up next month. Me and Julie have never.
You are the world's greatest moocher, next to Kramer.
Me and Julie have never been to Bristol to a race. We've always wanted
Julie's
to go.
not going this time. I'm going.
Well, you know what? She told me when I got home and showed her the tickets because she didn't have a clue. I had a punt up, and I'm not sure who it is on this
That's
side.
number
that got
14. He picked it up at the 41, and he's got some nifty moves. Gets it across midfield there and down to about the 39-yard line.
But when I got home,
that's what I do on Friday nights.
And you do good. When I got home and I told her, handed her the tickets and said, "Guess where we're going?"
She said, "No, we're not. I'm scalping those."
She looked at it and she said, "Oh, no." I said, "What?" She said, "I have a prior engagement for a birthday party on that night." I said, "Hey, it ain't no problem. I got friends. I got somebody that'll go with me." She said, "Oh, no, they won't either. I won't go to this party."
I'd have to skip the party to go to Bristol myself.
And she is going to. Matter of fact, she actually called them and said, "Hey, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be able to help you for that party. I'm not going to be around here."
I once didn't go to a best friend of mine's wedding. Now, they were older. They were church people I knew and youth group leaders at the Methodist Church. They were getting married. Well, Chapman was playing Woodruff at Chapman that night. This goes back to Joey McMillan being the big star for Chapman.
Oh,
like
no.
75,
Yes.
somewhere around there, 74. First or second play of the ball game, we threw a halfback pass. McMillan took it in for a touchdown. That's the first time in more than 20 years that Chapman had ever scored on Woodruff since 1961, I think. Oh, it was worth missing their wedding, though.
Well,
for that.
yeah.
Of course, Woodruff beat the tar out of them later.
Well, still.
We enjoyed that brief moment
They
of
understood.
excitement.
They had to have understood.
Yeah.
2 to the near side, 2 to the far side. He drops back to pass. He goes skyward, and he got his man down on about the 1 yard line.
Good effort by that young man to pull that in. Had his man beat, turned around, and just played center field.
I like what I
didn't
see
he?
there. I like what I'm seeing.
Good arm. Good. And I like the way he was making his progressions
Yep.
a couple of series ago. So
Now, do y'all go to Polk County?
yes, we do. We'll be broadcasting from amongst the peoples, as we like to say, in the grandstands.
You're going to do
On
it
the
from
home side.
You're not going to do it from the visitor side?
Oh, no, it's too far. It's just too far. I'm all for it, but Kevin likes to set up over there. I don't know why.
Well,
Maybe
years
I like to set
ago,
amongst our peoples.
years ago, back in probably 10, 11, 12, somewhere along in there, and the Panthers. He got close, but he's still inside the 1. It'll be 3rd down and goal from the 1. Back in I guess it was 10, 11, 12 along in there. We actually had a crew that done Polk County, part of Upstate Prepcast. Ray Henderson. I went up and helped Ray a couple of games. Ray Henderson would go up and do the games, and he sat where the press box is up on the hill. If you were on the field looking up at the press box, on the right-hand side,
that's where we
he
sat.
set a table up right there, and he called the game.
Yep.
But now then he had to use a dial-up,
Oh, yeah, I remember
dial-up modem or dial-up whatever
I
you
remember
call
watching Tommy Sims do that.
Yep.
At the old Henry C. Smith, as Kevin calls it. Kevin, it's Henry H. Smith Stadium.
H,
and he
big
calls it
dummy.
C. Oh, Henry C. Stadium, and we argue about that.
You big
talking
dummy.
Talking about Polk, though, we sat in the same spot 2 years ago, and these people that were in front of us, I don't know whether it's me or Kevin, but we had them laughing so hard because they're listening to us. They had a running back, and I don't remember his last name, but his first name was Angus. Okay? Angus, like Angus Young, AC/DC.
Right.
Angus Bull. He ran over us like an Angus Bull. And I don't know what all we were saying. And, you know, of course, we were talking about wanting food and stuff. These people at halftime.
No. Y'all talking about wanting food?
Yeah.
No.
We're making jokes about wanting a hot dog. Wish somebody buys a hot dog. Because I'd already heard them giggling in front listening to us. Halftime, that young man and his mother turned around. They had like 3 or 4 hot dogs. They went and bought us hot dogs. So, being amongst the people, we had good viewership that night. The folks from Folks.
The Pope did what?
The poke salads up there. Don't want to call them the poke salads this year. I probably.
Please.
But they were.
Please don't. I'm tired of getting phone calls.
Yeah, you didn't get but one last year. Don't worry about it. Underwent.
Oh, the year before I had a mess of them.
Well, that's what you get. Up.
And the ball's on the ground. He's just going to pick it up and try to get it. Cannot get around to it, but the score now 13-0. The Panthers are up over Polk County.
You know, Elton, the more complaints you get about me, the more viewers we get because people will tune in next week and say, what's that fool going to say?
What is he going to say now?
That's why I used to sell newspapers. What's he going to write next week?
And Kevin Jackson says,
correct, sir.
Now I call it the county dump.
And he says, he's talking about up there in the mountains, the county dump. Okay.
No, I thought he was talking about Chapman because he says Henry C. Smith.
Oh, the county dump.
You dog.
Kevin, I want to tell you something, buddy. You know, old Steve here's a 1980 student body president down here at the old school. So, if you cut me, I don't bleed Clemson orange, but I will still bleed a little blue and white.
You'll do a little orange because this ain't
Clemson.
Ain't Clemson orange.
I have told you the story about Chapman in 1980 buying brand new jerseys. They bought some orange jerseys, and I refused. When we went to Bowling Springs, I was the only one that wore a blue jersey. I stood out amongst the crowd. I will not wear orange.
I tell you what, I have said this for many, many years now. I think a great scrimmage, full game scrimmage, it wouldn't be just it would have to be a pretty big scrimmage. I think if you look at there on the run, he picks it up.
Oh, Nelly! Can't advance it, but that was perfectly executed. That's what you get, those little pooch kicks. I don't know if that was designed, little pooch.
So why can't you advance it?
It's like a punt. You can't advance it. I don't know why. They just
on a kickoff?
They just don't let you. Now, they used to. Remember Lawrence Henderson?
Absolutely. I can remember them. I can remember onside kick, and you grab it and
take
in
off.
Stride, just like he did, in
Free
stride
ball.
all the way to the goal.
So evidently.
Anyway, so a great fundraiser. You'd split the money 50-50 with Chapman and Landrum. I think that they should play at this year. We play at Chapman at Henry H. Smith Field. Mm-hmm. Next year, we play at Landrum's old field.
It's still there at the middle school?
The next year, we come back and we play at Chapman.
The Battle of District 1.
Yeah.
1986.
We can't play a non-region game like next week. The superintendent absolutely will not let that happen.
You going to do some adding again? The first game I ever covered for the Edmond Times was in 1986. The Battle of District 1. And this is 2026, so how many years has that been?
96,
That's-
06, 16, 26, 40 years.
That's when Granny was born, because I could pull that article out and it said Chapman and Landrum did something and the stands were full and everybody and their granny showed up for the Battle of District 1. That was in the first line ever that I wrote in Emmons Town. And that's where it came from.
I've just always said, they won't let us they will not let us play a non-region game.
I think it was 87 was the last time, or maybe 88, but I think it was 87 the last time that we might have played Landrum.
Probably.
There he goes.
He gone.
There's a Panther in the end zone.
Oh, boy, let me tweet that.
Yes, Kevin Jackson. Yes, I am. Okay, I just muted him. I'm done. He's done. I muted him. See, that's the good thing about this video. If you're watching it live, that's great because
you're not going to see it later.
Because here in just a little bit, when I get to the house, it'll be deleted off of YouTube.
Wait a minute, give me a chance to go home and listen to it. You know I like to hear myself talk.
Absolutely, and
as Kevin says, we're
And
going
you
to talk
might-
about your favorite subject, Steve. And I said, what's that? He says, you. That's, okay.
that kick was good. The score now 20-0, 5:58 left in the game. We're going to step aside, and we'll be back.
It starts simply. A first meeting, a thoughtful question, a quiet moment of trust. From there, it grows into shared goals, honest conversations, and a plan shaped around your life's ambitions. Because the connection between you and your financial advisor is everything. And by investing in it, Raymond James has built a firm where things that start simply have boundless potential.
Raymond James, financial advisor, Tom Dixon, East Main Street, Spartanburg.
And we are back here with the excitement with 2:38 or 3:30. Oh my gosh!
3:57 counting, Dale.
Yeah, that was all kind of all over
Do you
the
know
place.
where your children are? It's 11 o'clock. You remember those old days?
Oh,
it's
yes.
11 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It is actually 8:55, and my child, I think, is back home from Fort Mojave, Arizona.
Uh-oh.
That's a ill-advised pass.
That's the words I had in my mind.
He was going down, and he just
Great minds
Flip.
think alike, I guess.
He just flipped it up in the air, and that light bill got ugly. Yep. My son has got a new job, and I don't mind bragging on
He's
him.
helicoptering it, isn't he?
He is a flight medic
All right.
for Air Methods, but his home base is in Fort Mojave, Arizona.
Cool. Caleb. I
Yeah,
remember he
no,
was just
you,
a little thing.
well, you said cool, but now let me tell you,
Yeah, he's Arizona.
after he gets this
Uh-oh.
juking and jiving, he's staying on his
got a little
feet.
something
And
going out, and there he goes. One man to beat. Can he?
Nope, he's going to get taken down, but what a great play, great moves.
Survey the field. Survey the field.
No laundry.
Yep. Nothing is soiled to sod. You get that a couple of times this year, you'll have a good season. Special teams
Yep.
is so important. And I remember, some kids said, "Oh, I'm only on the kickoff, or I'm only on the punt." You know
Hey.
what? Games are won and lost
Absolutely.
on special teams. Any coach would tell you that at any level of football, from Pee Wee to the collegiates to the NFL.
I think they're calling for a hydration break. But anyway, you talking about it being cool, that being a cool job. That is a cool job, and I'm over the moon happy for him. But I saw days out there looking at the weather, 119, 120, and 121 degrees.
But they say it's a dry.
It's a dry. He said that it's totally different. He said when
No
he
humidity, but it's still just
He
hot,
said when he
right?
comes back here, he can feel it. Out there, not as bad.
You don't taste the dew.
No, not out
taste-
there.
Oh, in South Carolina, you can taste the humidity. It's like honey on your tongue as you walk out into
Well,
the house in the morning at 8 a.m.
there was a couple of weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, that I was surveying the weather out there, and the low in the middle of the night, 90 degrees. That's the low.
I haven't been to Arizona since went to Mel's Diner.
I haven't been to Arizona since.
Do you remember Mel's Diner?
Oh, I remember Mel's Diner. Was that in Arizona?
Yeah, in Phoenix.
Well, that's where he was today or
there he
yesterday.
goes. Oh,
They
Elton,
still.
your man, evading tackles, just shimmy shamming and into the end zone. You got to get a little running game going there, guys.
Got a little something going there now.
Yeah. Was that one of your younger players, older players, or in-between players? Somebody developing, or?
It was one of our players.
That's one of your players. But I'm going to tell you what, for a jamboree, the crowd is really here. It's a nice crowd here in the jungle on the home sides.
Well, now,
A few over there for the visiting team.
But the thing is, at a jamboree, a lot of these people don't know which side to sit on.
That's true.
So I know during the Landrum and Chase game, there was a Landrum fan sitting down in front of us. and
Actually,
just
that
a
was
few-
good old Hambone sitting there.
Was it? I couldn't tell who it was.
That was Mr. and Mrs. Hambone.
But then right over a few seats, naturally, was a Landrum. So the score now 27-0.
Well, Landrum, it's District 1. We should sit on the Chapman side. This is District 1.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want them to sit over there, and most of our fans are
Well,
elderly, and they couldn't walk all the way over there.
I think that all of the South Carolina schools are on this side, and all the North Carolina and Georgia schools are on the other side.
Now, you northern guys, get over there.
Get over to the other
Yeah, get
side.
on the other side.
Get over yonder.
What are you guys doing over here? You didn't know Mo Schlichlack was up in here, did you? What do you want, Homer?
Oh, I was going to tell you, talking about Arizona, I hadn't been to Arizona since Well, I've never been to Arizona.
Me either. But I do have some oceanfront property there that I would like to sell you.
Absolutely.
I got some oceanfront property.
Where he is stationed at, and he's just out there, and then back here. I mean, he's living here and there.
He's living the dream.
Absolutely. Where he's stationed at, 2.5 hours driving time to Las Vegas, downtown.
Let me ask you this. I saw him a couple of weeks ago, well, a couple of months ago maybe. He was cruising through the QT or somewhere, and I didn't know that he belonged to a motorcycle gang now. He was on a motorcycle, Harley. Did I see Caleb Chapman
No.
riding a Harley? So that wasn't
He's
him.
never rode a
Well, there's
motorcycle.
a dude that looked like him, and I was thinking, there goes Caleb Chapman on a Harley, and he's got this. He's a member of the Smells Angels.
Nope.
Or something, you know.
No.
It looked just
and I
like
say
him.
he's never rode a motorcycle. He has rode motorcycles, but it was always dirt bikes.
Okay.
No, it was
Well,
not
this
him.
was a
And if-
dirty boy on a bike.
well, let me tell you, if he's got a Harley and he's hiding it from me,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be mad. And it ain't because
I thought it was Caleb. I really did. Now, you know,
No.
my eyesight's getting bad. I hadn't seen the boy in a while,
Well,
but he ain't going
I'll
to change.
be mad if he's got a Harley because it ain't because he's my son and I can tell him what to do because that's never happened.
But he ain't told Daddy about that.
But he didn't tell me that he's got it, and while he's gone, I could be riding.
I think it was blue.
I'll have to. I'm gonna have to go check the buildings out at the
It
house.
was blue, and I think it was about maybe a 1200.
Somebody's flying a drone over yonder.
Well, that's your guys doing their little filming thing.
All right, he cuts loose, and he is to the near side, but getting taken down. Wilkins was on the keeper,
Good open field tackle there.
taken down by the big number 2.
21.
Oh, to 21.
Yeah, that one was hiding.
Oh, he had the one hid over there.
Prime time.
I will say that I do like the numbers on the back of the Chapman jerseys.
You can
see
see
them.
them. You can see them. Let me tell you something. Up the road, I cannot. We got like an 8. It'll look like a 0, or it'll look like a 9, depending on
Yep.
how they're wrinkled up.
And you know, I have the elder aging Dean Bridges in here with me, and mine and his eyesight's just not what it used to be. So
His eyesight's pretty good. How many children has he got now? 12, 13?
he ain't
How
got
many
but
Bridges kids are there?
I think he has 6. One of his sisters,
Yeah.
Robin, has 8.
Robin, if I'm not mistaken, I went to school with Robin.
You did.
Robin
you did.
was
and
my
Renee,
age. Yeah.
Renee, his youngest sister, I went to school with her, and she's got 9.
Oh. And they're Baptist, not Catholic.
Yeah, they're all Baptist.
Go figure this, you know.
Great Christian families, all 3 of them. I'm telling you.
They are. They really are. And like I said, Robin is my age. I had Miss Wheeler my senior year, English. She was in my English class, and very sweet girl. I remember Dean was in the 9th grade my senior year. That's how I met
That
Dean.
sounds about.
Dean was a freshman.
Yep.
My senior year in 1980-81.
Dean, also a big football player here
Dean
at Chapman
was a
High
great football player. He played with Scott Andrews and Todd Johnson and
Golly,
good
Scott
old Todd.
Condrey.
Rest your soul, Todd. Number 52 was a great center. 1983, the first playoff team ever in Chapman history.
Who was
They
number,
went to the
who
play.
was
They
number
went to the
52?
playoffs. Todd Johnson.
And he's passed.
Yes, he's passed.
He passed away.
He's passed. He's been, I guess, maybe 10 years now, or even
Yep.
better.
We're
But-
down to the last ticks of the clock.
But I loved that boy. I loved his daddy. Old Junior was a
Yeah.
Junior worked for the sheriff's office for many years,
Yep.
and but I just remember those young boys and how excited it was. They made the playoffs. They were the first Chapman team to ever make the playoffs. Went to I think 96 was it, and lost. Fumbled a snap on a 2-point conversion. I won't say who the quarterback was, but he likes to hang around your team on Friday nights nowadays like a legend. He's
Sterling Tinsley.
not that guy, but he fumbled the snap and he lost the game. No, if you're listening, Sterling, sorry, but some people remember things,
I forgot that he was even the quarterback.
Coach
I
Burns
sure
told me
did.
I won't say who. We had a star player that quit. And I was just really mad. Blah, 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 I was really into it back then. Hey, Steve, just calm down. People forget about it. Don't be so upset. I said, Coach, I won't forget about it. He says, people forget about it in 10 years. They won't even know. I said, yes, they will. I said, they'll know about it in 30 years. He says, how do you know? I said, because I'm still here and I'll be talking about it. And I sat right down on that field talking to an ex-coach, 2 ex-coaches from Chapman, reminiscing. And I brought it up and I said, here it is 35 years later, and I'm still talking about that boy.
About it. Still talking
and
about it.
I won't say who the miracle worker is, but Jackson knows if he's listening.
Well, that is the end of the Chapman game and the end of our broadcast. I'm going to pack it up. I just wanted to make sure that everything was doing as it's supposed to be doing. Hopefully, coming up next week, I will have the huddle camera going and doing, maybe not. We'll just have to wait and see. Again, as Steve said earlier, if you're listening and you got a camera that you want, a good camera that
sitting
you
in the corner, you're not using it.
You bought it because you wanted to be a photographer, and guess what? You decided I really don't want to be a photographer.
Donate it to Upstate Prepcast Chapman Crew.
Absolutely.
Now, Elton, before we go,
Yeah.
I want to wish you, Dean, Kevin, a great season up here at the Jungle and on the road. Hope you don't run into any teams that have officials that are actually bus drivers or shop teachers.
We will have that, I'm sure.
Oh, wish y'all the best. And folks at home, this will be erased in a little bit, so this is about the only time you're ever going to hear Steve Roper on the Chapman
But
broadcast.
you know what we didn't talk about?
Oh,
One person we didn't talk
Politics.
about out of all of our crew. Probably one of the most important people.
well, we mentioned
He
me.
works more on a Friday night for Upstate Prepcast than all of us put together.
What?
Yes. No, not. Yeah. Go ahead and say. You're supposed to say who, not what.
Who?
Who do you think?
Elton Chapman?
Nope, but you're close.
Dean Bridges?
Harold Chapman.
Harold Chapman up in Monterey, Virginia. Is he in Monterey?
He's in Monterey.
Monterey, yeah. I've seen
Right now he's at Lake Bowen. He's home this weekend.
and we need to get together, bring him down
I'm
to the
gonna get
Campton Country Club.
I'm going to get to see him, and we're going to have a family supper tomorrow night, a family get-together. But Harold, and I was thinking about him, then we got to talking about other stuff.
Harold the Hermit, I call him.
Harold does more work for Upstate Prepcast on Friday night than all of us together. Harold has, this year he'll have to have 4 iPads or 2 iPads, a TV, and an iPhone. He's got all kind of
It
stuff.
looks like NASA
It does.
launch center.
Because he will take and listen, this year watch, all 4 games. While he's doing that, he is scrolling through the high school scores in the state of South Carolina, which are not in alphabetical order, and there's no way to filter them down so he can say, hey, I want these. So he has to scroll through all the sports, all the schools playing on a Friday night just to get to what we want.
Now, he does that out of love, or is it because he has nothing else to do?
Out of love.
Okay.
He's also a Chapman graduate.
Yes, okay.
1970.
A Chapman from Chapman.
1974.
Well, he went to we graduated.
74, I guess it is.
He would have graduated with one of
he's
my
11
brothers.
years older than me, and I graduated in 85. So, but anyway, Harold works his butt off. So when you hear us talk about the
Out-of-town scoreboard.
That's right, the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Pocahontas Country Club. That's in Pocahontas County, West Virginia. That's where he plays golf all the time.
Okay. Let's do this. We got to do this. I'll tell people at home. I've been wanting to do this for the longest time.
They're not listening anyway.
Okay. Get on this thing and call them. And we want to reserve a tee time, but we don't.
How much can we play? I mean, we're not really that good. But
Well, you can play 9 holes, or no, we're maybe not good enough. We just got out of putt-putt college. Can we play 4? Can we play? And do we got to wear shoes and all
Yeah,
this?
we're from South Carolina. We're not used to wearing shoes.
Literally call them up and make a tee time, but we don't want to play 9 holes or 18. We want like 4, and we just got out of putt-putt college.
That's a great idea.
and old Cooter over here, y'all got a dress code because he don't like to wear shoes.
He's wearing cutoffs. Ain't nothing you can do about
Yeah,
that.
overall cutoffs, and he keeps the flaps on the side. They don't button them, and they don't wear no drawers.
Don't wear no shirt either. So You're going to have that boob meat sticking out the side.
Elton, you better get old Leonard boy out of here because the cooter's coming out in him. And next thing you know, they'll be calling up and complaining to Upstate Prepcast for that loudmouth Roper boy down there again.
That's quite all right. Well, Roper, I appreciate you
I thank you, Elton, for
being here and stepping in.
I just happened, I just happened along, and you said
I wanted to test the equipment, and the only way I knew to do it was for me to talk or go find somebody
Justin
out there.
doesn't know what an opportunity he missed by not coming to a jamboree.
Absolutely. So
Thank you.
for Steve Roper over on my left, I am Elton Chapman. You've been listening to the craziness of Upstate Prepcast Chapman Panther football. And
With a guest star,
next week, tune in. I hope to go live by 6:45. It might be 7, starting, our first home game, our first game of the season.
Tuesday? On a Tuesday night?
No, that ain't what I said.
Did you say Tuesday?
No, I said
Okay.
Friday.
Oh, okay, excuse me. I don't know why I had
Next
Friday. I
Friday.
had your coach's show on my mind. Sometimes the ear hears what it wants to hear, and the eye sees what it wants to see.
And my mouth might have said the Tuesday, but
Well, I don't know. We'll go
next
back.
Friday night. Anyway, let's get out of here, Roper.
All right,
Thank
Bill.
y'all for paying attention.
Thank you. They ain't paying attention.